Hi, hello. How are ya? Chef Kennedy here. Top of the morning to ya and happy St. Patty's Day.
What was that?
My Irish ancestors are quaking. Today we are cooking up an Irish feast with vegan corned beef and cabbage and a homemade Bailey's recipe. Let's get sham rockin'. All right, we're gonna start with our vegan corned beef and cabbage. This is everything you'll need for that recipe. You will need some prepared seitan, so I'm gonna link that above, but we're gonna start by brining our seitan. I'm using some pickled red onion juice here. I could also link that, but you could use regular pickle juice. You'll also need some stock, some cloves, a quarter teaspoon of fennel, and a quarter teaspoon of mustard seed, and we're gonna bring that to a boil. Then just pour it over your seitan and allow those flavors to infuse inside of it. Just flip it over every now and again so it's nice and even. Now we'll take a head of green cabbage and we're gonna cut it into eighths and then get a pot nice and hot. And we're gonna sear off the cabbage, cooking it for about 4 minutes on each side to get some nice color on there. Just give it a sprinkle of salt and cook it off. And when it's done, it should be beautifully caramelized. Now you'll want to cut these in half so that they're a little more manageable. And then you could set those aside while we work on our other items. So you need some potatoes, a sliced onion, as well as some carrots and rosemary. And we're gonna place this onto a sheet pan with some olive oil, a sprinkle of salt, and some black pepper. And we're gonna roast this for about 40 minutes at 400 degrees. And you'll want to give it a mix midway through so everything's nice and even. And when it comes out, everything should be nice and roasty toasty. Time for a dance break. All right, now we're going to drain that liquid from the seitan, but reserve it, and take 2 tablespoons of mustard. I'm using spicy brown here, a quarter cup of brown sugar, and a half tablespoon of black pepper. Just mix that together. We're gonna use this as a mustard crust for our seitan. So just place that all over and spread it nice and evenly. Then we're gonna take that same pot, add in some olive oil, garlic, red pepper flakes, cook that until fragrant, then deglaze the pan with some beer. Hello. Cook that down until reduced. You'll know that it's reduced when you can take a spatula and it leaves a trail behind. Then at this point you can add in your cabbage as well as your roasted vegetables, that reserved brining liquid, 2 cups of water, and your seitan, and we're going to braise this all together for 20 minutes at 400 degrees with the lid on. After 20 minutes, we can remove the lid and cook it for an additional 20 minutes. When it comes out, your kitchen is going to be smelling stupendous, and at this point you could slice your seitan, and I like to sear it off for some extra texture. Okay, time to make some vegan Baileys. In a blender, we're gonna add 1 cup of raw cashews, a half cup of water, 1 teaspoon of cacao powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a pinch of salt, 1 tablespoon of coffee, quarter cup of maple syrup, and 3/4 cups of whiskey. Blend that until smooth and creamy, and then just pour it into an airtight container and use it like you would Baileys. Okay, so here we have our Irish feast. We have our corned beef and cabbage here and our homemade Baileys, so let's give that a try first. I have an iced coffee here, just black, in my infamous sensual glass. So we're gonna take some of our Baileys and just add that in there. Ooh, look at that swirl action happening already. Love it. Let's give it a mix. Ooh, baby, she thick and creamy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Smells so good. Oh yeah, now for a taste. that is perfect. It tastes exactly like Bailey's, and this is the perfect way to start a St. Patty's Day in my humble opinion. All right, on to the vegan corned beef and cabbage here. I'm gonna try to get a little bite of everything. Let's give it a try. This is so good, so comforting. I love all of the different textures in there and how like succulent the cabbage becomes when braising it. And the seitan, everything is just so on point. I love that I added my own little flair but kept it very classic as well. Well, I hope you will enjoy this recipe. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. From my kitchen to yours, Chef Kennedy out.